Yo guys, and yesterday we reached our first take profit target from our trade we were talking about yesterday, and right now Bitcoin is already falling over towards the downside. So I will be talking about what we are currently expecting and looking at that daily time frame for Bitcoin. We are right now forming one crazy bullish hammer candle. Is this one going to continue? That is going to be important to see, and I will be telling to you guys out there what the requirements are going to be for this hammer candle to continue. As well, I'm going to talk about a lot of interesting charts here about the Bitcoin longs, about the total altcoin market cap, and much more. So make sure to slap off that like button right now here, subscribe to the channel, and let's dive right away in towards the content. And before going in towards anything, in case you've been sleeping or living below a rock, yesterday the Federal Reserve raised their rates by 75 basis points, what was basically the biggest hike change since 1994. Pretty crazy. And of course, due to that, we were seeing some volatility kicking in towards the market. Yesterday we broke below this downward sloping resistance line, and like you can see, this is a very important resistance line. We broke above it, and I was willing to open a long position. Unfortunately, because it was a little bit too low here, I missed out on my entry by an approximately $4. I of course did call it on the channel that this was going to be a very significant entry. And of course, if you did took the trade here, I was talking about my first take profit target to be on 22.8k. Of course, you put your stop loss in profit and you take more than 70% out of your trade on the top side. So if you did that, congratulations. It was of course a very good trading setup, but right now Bitcoin is once again falling over. Can we potentially see another corrective move towards the downside? For sure. I am currently seeing this as not a breach through of an important level of resistance, right? You can clearly see this has been a very important level to look at. We're not breaking above it. So this is actually showing a lot of weakness in the chart here. However, if we're going to look at different time frames, like the 1 hour time frame, we can see we formed that falling wedge pattern basically in the market. We broke bullish of the falling wedge. Right now we can still see and basically retest of this level and still be alright. If we're also going to be enabling the super trend, you can clearly see if we're going to come down towards levels of approximately 20.6k or whatsoever, this range over here, we're still probably going to be having a bullish effect on the market because we flipped the 1 hour super trend right now finally for the first time, and maybe this downward slope resist line can still provide some support. However, I personally think there's going to be some more downside to come right now in the immediate short term. Maybe we are going to find some support on this range over here where I've been talking about at the 21.6k region, the 1 hour resistance basically. But this is of course on the immediate short term not necessarily looking so strong in my opinion, and Bitcoin is definitely right now showing it could be creating a little bit more downside on the immediate short term. 4 hour as well, we can clearly see we have not broken above that super trend right now here. We're still trading significantly below it, and for the 4 hour to turn bullish, we need to see of course a flip above the 24,000 US dollars. Currently, looks to be that we were forming at the beginning of somewhat of a V-shaped recovery. We can still continue the V-shaped recovery, don't get me wrong. Only right now on the 4 time frame, we have been forming, of course, a hidden bearish divergence. We've been forming a higher high on the RSI and a lower high here on the price section, resulting in a hidden bearish divergence, and this is usually a bearish continuation signal. So, of course, not a good signal to see right now here. However, the daily time frame right now is forming that bullish hammer candle. So in case we're going to be creating a big wick on the lower side on this today candle, and of course we're going to continue the way towards the upside, it is going to be of course a clear V-shaped recovery. And of course, like I told you, this correction is still very fresh, so I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to get that very strong movement back towards the upside. And of course, a move back towards 26,000 US dollars could be made very quickly from here on, undo of course all these nasty movements on the lower side, and basically recover all the way back up again. And that could of course be then the bottom, the 20,000 US dollars. So we just have to wait to see how this and tomorrow's daily candle is going to close. It is as well going to be very important to look at it because we do know right now on the weekly time frame we are retesting the 200 weekly moving average. I'm not going to go too much in depth about it. You guys probably already know everything about the 200 weekly moving average. But more importantly, of course, guys, on that weekly time frame, if we're looking at this chart, this bigger falling wedge we're currently approaching, of course, we can clearly see that this level of previous resistance and support flipped into support over here. And right now we're bouncing off it. And we're almost already closing once again above the 200 weekly moving average. Together, Bitcoin still most oversold as it has ever been on the weekly time frame. This is of course one crazy opportunity, and of course I wouldn't be actually surprised if we're going to create a big wick on the lower side and still continue the way up here for that 200 weekly moving average. So guys, take your eyes wide open on this level, but this is of course for sure a low range of accumulation. And of course, I've been clearly talking about the previous Ultimi that I was expecting that markets were going to be bouncing very strongly from it. So still, I personally think there is, of course, a very high potential upside from here on. However, the imminent short term is showing right now some weakness on these charts. We want to be seeing, of course, on those higher time frames is still a continuation towards the upside for, of course, a neutral to bullish effect on the longer term. Then as well, Bitcoin longs still increasing their positions. Very significant to see this. We can clearly see, and historically speaking, always once the bitfinex bulls opening long positions, it is historically a signal that usually the short-term bottom is in here, and you see that the markets can go in a massive market reversal. So yeah, they probably do know more than we don't know right now here, but they have been not closing their longs along the way down here. They have been only adding more. And in the end of the day, that's going to also add only buy pressure towards the market. So pretty interesting to see how aggressive these bitfinex bulls are going to go right now. Also, guys, is it a good time to be buying altcoins right now? Because if we're looking at the total altcoin market cap, excluding Bitcoin, it's currently sitting on 500 billion US dollars, where Bitcoin right now is trading on 450 or 400 even. You can clearly see we had that previous all-time high. We retested it successfully. We've been bouncing from it very strongly. We tested it last time around in January, and since then we've never seen it. So basically we tested lows on the total altcoin dominant market cap, not seen since February 2021. So this is of course a likely region to see an imminent short bounce from getting created, and I actually am not surprised if we are going to get a massive relief rally from here on for the altcoin market. For the Bitcoin market, it just makes too much sense right now. We are retesting the previous all-time on so many charts, and this is going to be a very good region to catch that imminent short-term movement swing back up here. So I am also personally expecting that, and I'm also going to be just take this as my main scenario. I personally think it is more likely on the larger time frames. However, the imminent short-term maybe not looking so strong here, but the larger time frames is in the end of the day going to be creating a larger bounce from here on, a little bit of a relief rally. Then also, guys, we're currently only 11 million total wallets away before reaching the 1 billion wallets in this market. Guys, you can clearly see, if you don't know already, the adoption is still skyrocketing. The usage of the network is still skyrocketing. We're seeing more and more users entering the network, and it's going more and more exponential every single 4-year cycle. So this is of course important to take in consideration right now here, and we're still growing very massively in the background, and that is what I'm trying to be pointing out. At the same time, historically speaking, once there's fear, once there is, of course, uncertainty in the market, it is historically speaking a very good range for accumulation. You can currently see here last month, we hit a single digit reading on the fear and greed index. Yesterday, we hit 7. And today, we're once again hitting that 7 single digit reading. This is, of course, historical lows for the fear and greed index. And this is one crazy opportunity. Yes, I'm not saying we have to be bouncing right now in the imminent short term, but I'm for sure very convinced, just like the last times around over here. This is of course the capitulation event here that we currently had here, and the opportunity will probably not stay that long here for this market. So make sure to benefit completely from it right now here, because if we're going to trade back on 30k, and of course once we were trading on 30k, once we were trading on 50k, everyone said here, I want to be waiting for a dip, and right now you got the dip, so make sure to benefit from it. Then at the same time, guys, if you're going to be trading your Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies on Bigcat, you can right now claim, first of all, if you sign up with my link in the description, a free $20 if you do use this link in the description right here. Together, if you're going to be depositing your first $50, you're going to get a free $50 as well on the platform Bigcat. So make sure to check it out right now in the link in the description. It is going to be definitely very exciting to claim that free money here, to basically execute some free trades here, so you guys can still make some money while trading. And of course, it's very nice because as well for inexperienced traders, you can just open a free trade, and of course all the profits you're going to make are going to be yours. And then as well, BitBoy founder threatens a class action lawsuits against Celsius. So BitBoy founder Ben Armstrong says that Celsius network won't let him withdraw his money from the platforms without sending any more money first. So he's of course not that happy. He can't withdraw his money from Celsius. So he is looking and he's threatening currently Celsius to put up a lawsuit. Of course, we do know that Celsius currently has a liquidation price of $14,000 on Bitcoin. Their loans will be getting expired if they're going to go to 14,000 US dollars. What we do know is that they, of course, had a little bit of a debt change here yesterday or 2 days ago already. Approximately, they paid off here 1 times 19 million and 1 times 28 million in debt. So Celsius, of course, is the good coin to be buying. No, I personally think, even though if we're going to get that market movement back towards the upside, it is still going to be probably going to get flushed out towards the downside. So be very careful. Don't hold your money in Celsius right now here. I don't think it's smart to do here. If you can get your money out here, make sure to do it. If you're going to be buying Celsius coin, you have a very high certainty of losing your money. So guys, this was already it for today's update video. I hope you truly enjoyed this update video. If you did enjoy it, smash up the like button, guys. And we can indeed be extremely bullish in towards the end of this week here, depending to see how we're going to close these candles later today. So guys, it was an absolutely amazing update that we once again brought out to you guys out there. Hopefully you did enjoy it. Smash up the like buttons, guys. We'll be absolutely amazing. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.